Hi class, welcome to this week's science lesson overview. This week we will be discussing genetics. While you watch this short video, please take notes in your science vocabulary notebooks, and if you need any additional time on any of the slides, please feel free to pause and continue when need be. So let's dive right into our discussion on genetics. A major component of genetics is a term called reproduction. We will be discussing this term a lot this week. So what is reproduction? A basic definition of reproduction is the action or process of making a copy of something. So this could be something as silly and simple as your friend wearing the same clothes as you, carrying the same backpack as you, or copying your every move that you do while you're at school. But for science, we need to focus on this as the meaning of a biological process by which offspring, which is you, are produced from their parents. And there are two types of reproduction. The first type is asexual reproduction. This is when there is only one parent and the new organism looks exactly like that parent. Some examples of some things that reproduce asexually are, in this image you see garlic. Right here you see a tulip bulb. In this image you see ginger. These are potatoes, strawberries. These are all types of things that reproduce asexually and look just like their parent. The other type of reproduction is sexual reproduction. This is when an organism has genetic information coming from two parents, so a male and a female, or a dad and a mom. This is how animals reproduce, and this is how you were produced. So why do we all look different? Well, since humans are produced sexually, their parents give them characteristics called genes. Genes are defined as characteristics that are passed from their parents to their offsprings. Some examples of these characteristics can be eye color, hair color, skin tone, your nose, lips, and ear shapes, and many other characteristics that you have. Again, there are two types of genes. The first gene is called a dominant gene. These are genes that always overpower the recessive gene. Some examples of these types of genes can be brown eyes and dark hair like brown or black. The other type of gene is called a recessive gene. This is a gene that does not show up unless it is paired with a like gene. Examples of these would be blue eyes and blonde hair. As an example of how an offspring can be produced with blue eyes would be the mom and the dad would both have to be carriers of the blue-eyed gene. If one parent is the carrier of a blue-eyed gene and the other parent is a carrier of a brown-eyed gene, the offspring would be produced with brown eyes, not blue. Alright, so that was just a quick overview of the things that we will be discussing this week. So what else do you need to come to school prepared with on Monday? On Monday, please have your vocabulary notebook with your notes already prepared. I will give you additional time to make illustrations and further notes when we have a more in-depth conversation and discussion about these terminology. Also, come prepared to work collaboratively and creatively with a small group. I will split you up into groups and you will be engaged in a short activity of rock, paper, scissors where you will create a little monster from a list of dominant and recessive genes. Thank you for watching this short clip, and I hope that you have a good rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday.